Yellowstone Season 5's mid-season finale left us with murderous threats and beacons of hope as the Duttons go to war with one another. And as always, be wary of major spoilers as we recap and pluck Easter eggs from the full episode. Episode 8 thrusts us back into the mid-1990s with a young John Dutton and Lloyd as they help young Rip dump the body of Rowdy, the fellow rancher Rip killed over Beth in Episode 7. After this past visit to the train station, which will become important later in the episode, this flashback teaches us exactly why the ranch's Y brand was invented. As John tells us,
a few months later, a whole chunk of the herd would disappear. It was the cowboys who started it. You find out real fast who's willing to ride for the brand when they learn they gotta wear it.
And so the family began branding their cowboys, telling them what it means to work on this ranch and what happens if they steal from the Duttons. Then we watch as young Rip becomes branded by Lloyd, and the rest is history. Afterwards, it's pleasant surprises all around as we finally return to the 4 Sixes down in Texas. There, Vet Tech Emily and good old Jimmy Herdstrom enjoy marital bliss as we catch up with them for the first time in Season 5. And that's about all there is to it because their scenes further the plot of Episode 8 in exactly 0 ways. But hey, it sure is nice to see our little meth head turned cowboy getting his happy days. As we know, happiness never lasts long for any of the Yellowstone cowboys though, so Jimmy's life is sure to be disrupted when Rip and his crew arrive in summer of 2023. And back in Montana, the Yellowstone is preparing for this exact journey, during which John confides in Monica that he needs his family back on the ranch. Which, if you're watching prequel 1923, lines up perfectly with Jacob and Kara Dutton asking Spencer to come home from Africa at the end of Episode 3.
Whatever war you fight within yourself must wait. You must come home and fight this one.
So in present day, John offers Monica, Casey, and Tate their own home on the Yellowstone, and Monica says all he ever had to do was ask.
Well, now I know.
Shortly after, John approaches Casey and for what definitely feels like the first time in Yellowstone history, tells his son he loves him and then hugs him.
I love you, son.
And those are 4 words Jamie Dutton will never hear from his father because the Attorney General is heading for the courthouse to begin his call for John's impeachment. As Jamie begins, John himself shows up to the Broken Rock Reservation in a surprise move to support Thomas Rainwater. And it's all in opposition of the 2 pipelines the U.S. president aims to pass through the reservation and under all of their drinking water. And here we're treated to a duel of the fates as John gives a speech on the pipeline during Jamie's own speech for his gubernatorial impeachment. And it all culminates with the public finding out about Jamie's actions. To deal with Jamie, John's going to have to teach his confidant, assistant Clara, to fight dirty.
I don't know how to fight with minnows.
I'll teach you.
And this will certainly come into play after Jamie and Beth's actions at the end of the episode. Afterwards, we finally catch up with Beth as another perfect sparring match between her and Summer ensues, in which Beth reveals one of her biggest and best vices.
Let's get one thing clear. You touch my peanut M&Ms in the freezer, I will kill you in your sleep.
I sleep with a knife, and I have a peanut allergy.
But Beth is soon to find out that her father will, in fact, be put to an impeachment trial, the first in Montana history, all thanks to Jamie. Meanwhile, young Haley makes her return to court Carter, but it's an opposite affair for the bunkhouse as Teeter has to say goodbye to Colby for their journey down to Texas. So before she leaves, Teeter drops one of our favorite moments of the episode. Elsewhere, Beth heads straight for Jamie's house, and a brawl ensues in which Beth just about breaks Jamie's face with the same rock she broke into his house with. But this quickly turns into a war of words, not fists, as Beth orders Jamie to resign. But he refuses, explaining why, which gives us the moment we've all been waiting for. Here, Beth finally threatens to print the photos she took of Jamie dumping his biological father, Garrett Randall, at the train station, and give them to the sheriff. But Jamie explains why she won't and can't do it.
There is a century's worth of our family secrets down at the bottom of that canyon.
Through this, we also learn Beth is unaware of the truths of the infamous train station and the amount of other bodies and Dutton secrets buried at the bottom of that canyon. We've known throughout the series that her father and Rip shield her from their dirtiest work. And Jamie knows that if the police reach the bottom of that canyon, they'll find a century's worth of Dutton murders and secrets, including those committed by John and Rip, like the body of Rowdy. So Beth leaves to find her father and immediately asks him to explain the train station in full. And for the first time, he does, to both Beth and us viewers.
It's the trash can for everyone who's attacked us. It lays in a jurisdictional dead zone in a county with a population of exactly 0, hence No jury of your peers and no court for a change in venue. Why are you so surprised?
In this, Beth does not abandon her father, however. Instead, we learn she is her father made over, as she suggests that the train station is exactly where Jamie needs to wind up, making it clear that she is finally ready to take her adopted brother out once and for all. But John doesn't give her an answer to this. Jamie, however, feels it coming, telling his puppet master Sarah Atwood that Beth will want him killed. And Jamie isn't interested in playing defense anymore. Now, he wants to play offense. So together, Sarah and Jamie begin hatching a plan to kill Beth first, using one of those shiny murder companies we all swear don't exist in the dark corners of America. Before this, however, we finally see the return of those dead Yellowstone National Park wolves to the plotline, as a news report damns Governor John Dutton's ranch for their discarded collars.
They smell blood in the water.
Who smells blood?
Everyone.
And back on the ranch, Monica explains John's offer to Casey, but Casey's season 4 vision showed him something else.
In my vision, the choice that I saw was between this place and you.
Yet the Yellowstone's East Camp home, which John has offered them, wasn't in Casey's vision. So this, Monica tells him, is how Casey can have both. With a loving smile, Monica watches as Casey helps load up the remaining Dutton cattle. And we're left waiting for Yellowstone Season 5's second half come summer 2023.
Remember to comment your favorite or least favorite moment of this episode, like this video, and subscribe to Outsider for more Yellowstone episode reviews.